Right. Yeah, wasn't he a nice guy? That was awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be standing stationary. This highway's got a narrow shoulder, which I'll show you guys here. So you see it narrows up there, so that's not really good for hitchhiking, but right here it's pretty wide, right when people take this corner. So I think I'm better off here. I'll be if people take this right-hand turn and coming around like this. They won't get much time to see me before they have to pull up, but people turning left will see me beforehand. So we'll try here for a bit. I'll put my bag down, use my sign. I'll put you guys on the ground, but I'll kind of squat down when there's no cars so you can see what I'm up to, or I can read what you guys are up to rather. And yeah, we'll just keep heading south down the 101. But yeah, my phone kept warning me it's about to turn off on me while I was in that car because he kept it pretty warm in there. Yeah, that would have been unfortunate if it would just turn off on me. Let's switch back to this. Jay Durkin, are you from you're Irish? That's really cool. That's top 3 countries I've been to: Ireland, Croatia, Japan. So it's cool that you're from there if you are. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. Yeah, he had a lot of really cool stories. He was a naval pilot, so he flew a bunch of different planes. He did 3 tours in Vietnam. Like, really interesting guy. So that was a cool ride. He's got a lot of stories to tell. He's 72, I think he said. So yeah. What part of Ireland? You don't have to tell exactly where you're from if you don't want to like give out your personal location, but I'm just curious because I spent a couple of weeks hitchhiking around Ireland in 2015 and I had a ton of fun there. I'm just curious where you're from. Okay, stay. County Meath. Okay, I don't know off the top of my head, but maybe I went through there. Yeah, back on the road again. That was a nice length of ride. Like, I like the days where I'm in and out of cars all day. Like shorter rides, just in and out. You're on the road, you're in your car, you're on the road, you're in your car. It's a lot of fun, you're meeting new people all day. Like, those are the funnest days hitchhiking for me, rather than just super long rides where you kind of settle into the car. So yeah, stuff like that's a lot of fun, good length. It's like 50-mile ride. So times 1.6 to convert that to kilometers. So there it goes. Fell down again. Lots of fun. And my peaches keep falling out. The guy from the first day gave me those peaches and I haven't eaten them yet. Sorry, I missed chat. Have you been to a place called New Grange, Agres, Stonehenge, or just north of Dublin? No, as soon as I got to Dublin, I hitchhiked straight west across to the west coast, and then I went up all around the south west part for a bit, up to the northwest part a bit, and then to the southeast part. I'm gonna forget some names because again, I went to a lot of different places, and I'm bad with names, so. But I never went north Dublin on the east coast or anything. Yeah, and Ireland's the only place I ever had anything stolen from me. It was my fault, but I left my bag lying around and someone rummaged through my stuff a bit. I was in Sligo, on the west coast, northwest coast. But even though that happened, like Ireland still is in my top 3 countries because of how nice the locals were to me while I was hitchhiking around from town to town. Yeah, Sligo on the west, yeah. That's where it is. Now you hear that? That's a Jake brake. That's an engine brake on a commercial vehicle. They're very loud. So rather than using like your pads or your discs to like squeeze and create friction, it uses your engine to essentially slow down your speed, which, yeah, so you don't wear out your brakes as quick, and it's fine for the engine. The only problem is it creates a ton of noise. So you'll see out in like cities and stuff, it's like avoid use of engine brakes in urban areas. It's because it's really loud. So when you hear a truck being really loud, Jake brake. Yeah, so when I went straight west across, I went to Galway first, and then went south from there, like did some tours around the southwest, went to like Dingle and stuff like that. I spent my 21st birthday in Dingle, and then toured around there for a bit, and then went up back through Galway, spent another night in Galway, up to like Sligo and stuff, had some stuff stolen from me. I was going to spend a couple nights, but then after that happened, I buggered off. And then I think it's called like Rosslare or something like that, where I took the ferry from southeast coast to Wales. And I went up through Wales, England, Scotland, on through there. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time in Ireland. So yeah, you live in a really beautiful country with a lot of really nice people. So it's cool to see you're from there. And my bag fell down again. This time. And there's the check. Yeah, I went through Cork for sure. Clare, like County Clare, I think. Yeah, I went through a few places there. Sorry, my memory's failing me right now. Yeah. Wish I could give you like the exact destinations if I ever went to, and maybe if I looked at it on a map, it would spark my memory enough where I could be like there. But I just can't remember the names. I think I could, if you gave me a blank map of Ireland, I could like draw out the route I took. But yeah. Okay, that's where, yeah. It was a nice little town. Yeah, I really like this, having you guys kind of watching me and talking to me in chat and stuff. Really adds quite a bit to this experience. When I get into town, I think I'm gonna eat these peaches. I've been carrying them on my back for a few days, and I think it's time that we eat the peaches. Sweet memory peaches. If you've been in Castle Bar in Mayo, I could have met you. It could have happened, but I just don't know off the top of my head. Again, really bad with names. But yeah. Like, I moved around pretty quick, and I was always hopping town to town. I never stayed anywhere for more than like a night, because I don't know, when I'm hitchhiking, I like the process of hitchhiking. I like ending up in a new random town or city every day. It's kind of exciting. I did that. Things turning off this road pretty soon, so not worth the ride. Where am I at right now? I'm right near Long Beach, Washington, not California, Washington. I'm quite close to the Oregon border. I think I'm like, I don't know, less than 100 miles for sure to the Oregon border. So I'm 14 miles away from Astoria. Yeah, Astoria, which I think is still Washington. Let's show you guys. Can you read that sign? No, it's probably too far away with the wide-angle lens. It kind of zooms things out a bit. I'm just gonna plug my battery back in because it was overheating and stuff, but I think now the battery's not quite low, but I'd rather keep it on the full side of things. Unless my battery's dead, which we'll find out in a second. Oh, I think this battery might be dead. So I'll have to swap to a different one. Let's do that then. Let's swap batteries. So this is my battery in its plastic bag from all the rain. You've actually never seen a hitchhiker. And I think that's might be why I had so much fun in Ireland, is people don't see hitchhikers. So when you're hitchhiking from small town to small town in Ireland, they don't see hitchhikers, so they're like, what is this guy doing here? Then they pull over, pick you up. You say you're from Canada, and apparently, I don't know, they find that interesting, so they want to show you around, I guess. Yeah. It's another one of my batteries. This one's actually a 22,000 milliamp hour battery, so it's a bit bigger than my other 20,000 milliamp hour batteries. It's my biggest one. They also weigh quite a bit. Yeah, let's just swap this puppy over. Yeah, having a crick, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, I get a lot of looks doing this. I'm like squatting over, fiddling with a tripod, with cars driving past. That was a group of motorcyclists ripping around. These would be some really fun roads on a bike. It's pretty windy around here, so yeah. Self-deprecating, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, there's a decent amount of that there. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, if anyone here is new. Like, so I'm hitchhiking south through Washington into Oregon, down Highway 101. I'm from Canada, from British Columbia. I'm kind of doing this to show people what hitchhiking is like. I've been hitchhiking the past 4 years, been picked up right around 700 times through 25 countries, and I kind of want to show people what hitchhiking is like, because I don't think it's what most people think it is. It's kind of interesting to you, then yeah, keep watching, maybe give it a follow. I plan on doing this for a while, so yeah, it'd be cool to have you tag along as I do this. I was about to say, yeah, there's like two different kind of ways people hitchhike, or theories that people follow. One is walking and hitchhiking, like turning around for every car that drives past. Like if you don't like standing still and you kind of just want to make up ground walking, a lot of people will do that. Then there's the standing and hitchhiking. Where you find a good spot that you think is a good spot to hitchhike, and there we go. Hey,
how's it going?
Good, yourself?
Pretty good.
Whereabouts are you headed to?
I'm just going to Astoria.
Astoria? 14 miles, that's good enough for me.
Okay.
No, I'm recording the process of hitchhiking, so this is audio and video recording. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Have you camera? Yeah, okay. Bag in the back there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, the trunk? Yeah. Well, thanks for grabbing it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I might give her a quick slide there.
Awesome. Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from British Columbia, Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so just been going down Highway 101 for 3 days now.
Okay.
Slowly working my way down.
Right on.
To California and then East Texas. And then, yeah.
Okay, just going.
Yeah, I don't have much of a plan for your actual destination. Just go. Actually, the purpose of this trip is to show people what hitchhiking is like. I've done it for 4 years. I've done it in 25 countries. I've been picked up like 700 times, and I feel like people just have a negative outlook on hitchhiking that maybe it doesn't deserve as much as it does.
Yeah, it's definitely
like
more common in some other places.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just want to show people what the experience is like, because I've always had a good time with it. So yeah.
So you were born in BC?
Yeah, born on Vancouver Island.
You've probably been down in this area before then, or no?
I haven't been down since I was 12 or something when parents drove us down to Disneyland.
Oh, all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it was in a motorhome, and we kind of sat in the back. You couldn't even see out. We just played Game Boys the whole time, kind of thing.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, the 101 down the Oregon coast is one of my favorite stretches of road anywhere.
Yeah.
I've driven across the country, well, many times. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've lived in like 10 different states.
Have you? Yeah. For work or just?
I mean, growing up, so my dad worked for the government and was kind of based out of Denver, but then we moved to DC. We moved back and forth between Denver and DC a couple times, and then I graduated high school in Northern Virginia.
Okay.
And then went to school for a while in New York. Was out in LA with my brother for about a summer.
All over the place.
So yeah, we lived in Portland for about 10 years and raised our kids there and stuff.
Yeah. And
then we went back to I live in Astoria.
You live in Astoria? Yeah. Where are you coming from right now?
I work at the World Mark in Long Beach.
Okay.
It's like a timeshare resort place.
Yeah.
They actually have them up in Victoria. And
Do they? Okay.
Banff and Whistler.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
And then up and down the coast here. And,
That's interesting.
yeah.
What do you do there?
Sales.
Sales.
So yeah, selling timeshare.
Are
Definitely
you
not
gonna-
something that I thought I would do growing up, but it's fun.
Are you gonna try and pitch me a timeshare?
I could do if you want. It would certainly make some of the spots more comfortable on your way down. Nice soft bed and a hot tub after all the days.
Yeah, I sleep in a tent most nights, so a nice timeshare kind of sounds a little nice.
Right, yeah, every now and then. It's like, I like to do camping and stuff too with my family, but it's kind of nice to do both. They have, I don't know, there's spots all over the world.
Yeah.
To be honest, most of the people that do our program are just kind of like average. I don't know, I've met a lot of nurses, teachers, people like that work really hard, but it kind of helps them make the time to get away.
Yep.
Americans, I don't know if you know this, but Americans don't vacation enough. And then a lot of people, even when they are given vacation hours, like leave it on the table. If there's just catching up on sleep or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to kind of be able to unplug every now and then.
Yeah, definitely agree. Yeah, I spent the past 4 years working, saving money, quitting the job, going traveling, coming back, getting a new job, saving money, going traveling.
Is that kind of what you do? Like work for a while, save up, and then go on an adventure?
From 19 to now at 23, that's what I've been doing. It's been pretty fun. This is being live streamed, so people can kind of see the process as it happens. From the boring moments of standing on the side of the road with no one picking you up. And someone just said, I don't know why, but I like this guy. So a stranger from, I think this guy's from Ireland.
So yeah, you make connections with people all over, and they kind of follow you then?
Yeah, this guy from Ireland actually. Yeah,
okay.
Likes you.
Awesome.
Initially I just posted it to my social media. I'm like, hey, I'm hitchhiking, I'm live streaming it, see what hitchhiking's like. But there's been a few people from different countries checking it out, seeing
When we get to Ireland, one of my best friends married a girl from Ireland and has been in Dublin for the past 5 years or so.
There you go. Yeah, I love my time in Ireland. I spent a few weeks in 2015 hitchhiking around from small town to small town. And,
nice.
People were very generous there. I ended up with a place to stay most nights, honestly.
Cool.
Like the guy from Ireland was saying, he's never seen a hitchhiker there, so I think they're curious what you're doing, and then once you get in the car, you say, I'm from Canada, and that kind of opens things up a bit.
Canadians are kind of known to be fairly nice, so that probably gets you.
Yeah, that being Canadian does seem to lighten.
Like, I promise I'm not American, I'm Canadian. And I'm like, oh, okay.
In Europe, it was because I sound like you can't tell the difference between someone from like Vancouver and Seattle, like the Northwest. Like we all sound the same. So people would be like, oh, where are you from in America? And I'm like, oh, I'm actually Canadian. And they'd apologize.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, no, it's okay.
On
I don't mind. We sound exactly the same. We share a lot of our cultural things are very similar.
Yeah, especially the Northwest, like Portland, Vancouver, and Seattle.
Yeah, it's all very similar.
Very
places.
Similar type of place.
I don't mind.
Have you ever been to like across south and you went to Texas? And have you ever been to
like my extent of U.S. traveling has been when I was a kid. We did down to California, and then last fall I hitchhiked through the Northeast, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, it's really pretty up there too.
Yeah, and that was in the fall, so things were just starting to change.
Yeah,
so leafers.
I mean, every place has something about it that's good,
Yeah, there's always some redeemable qualities to any place, regardless of how poor of a place people think it is. But
there's little pockets of, I don't know, I feel like in most states there's little pockets of I don't know, someplace cool, usually some interesting nature.
And like, even though Canada's like, there's culturally we think in pounds, so we're like in between.
Feet? Do you do feet?
The smaller. Yeah.
There's like World War II batteries.
Really?
Here and then across the river there in Fort Stevens.
Yeah. Actually, I probably knew this.
Like these big fortified.
They
were just, I mean, this is the mouth of the Columbia here, so this is a major, river for trade and everything else. So.
Just when I think of World War II fortifications, I don't think of anything in North America, but it totally makes sense. And
they just were, just as a precaution, and then actually they built a lot of ships here on the river too.
Okay.
And up in Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, Astoria here is actually very historic too. It's like the oldest of our settlements out here. Given to the British for a while.
Yeah. This
was actually kind of been a more natural boundary for Canada and the U.S.
Okay.
But then there was a treaty that moved it up to the line where it is. But the old fortifications were down here where they had that post at that 1810.
Okay.
1811.
Yeah, that's pretty early for this side of the
area.
Country. Yeah. Pretty long bridge.
Yeah, this bridge is about, I think, 4.5 miles.
4.5 miles.
That is Saddle Mountain over there, kind of up in the clouds. It's the highest,
I see it. Yeah.
Highest point of the North Coast Range here in Oregon.
Wait, have we crossed to Oregon?
Yeah, that's Oregon right there.
Like when you cross the bridge, you
cross Washington. Okay. That's Oregon.
Okay. All right, we're about to cross from Washington to Oregon. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you notice any difference between Washington and Oregon culturally, or like legally, or any ways?
Not much. I don't know. It's kind of subtle. I think part of it is, I don't know, like Astoria is definitely, it's a little bit bigger of a town. We were just up in Long Beach where I work, and the people that are, I don't know, Long Beach is definitely a beach town, holiday town, people that are born and raised there, it's a little bit different. I think Astoria has a little bit more like artists and there's a little more culture, theater, art, music, and that kind of stuff over here in Oregon. Or just, Astoria compared to Long Beach.
Compared to Long Beach, yeah.
But as far as Washington and Oregon in general, they're fairly similar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in terms
I
of,
didn't think it'd be that much difference. I just wasn't sure if there was there's like some little
in all these states, it kind of is more of like an urban versus rural separation in terms of like people and stuff. Interesting that cop that was back there. I was actually wondering. He was right behind me when I pulled you over, and like, being as you're documenting this, I was even unsure. I was like, is he gonna like question picking up? Like, I think in some places it's kind of frowned upon at least
to pick people and both. But like in British Columbia, the signs that are about no hitchhiking, it says no hitchhiking. Pickup is illegal, which means the driver's the liable one, right?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, is he gonna wonder about it?
if that ever happened, if I was hitchhiking and someone got a ticket because they picked me up, doing something generous for me,
Right.
like I would insist that I pay for that ticket,
Oh.
because like someone is
Yeah.
going out of their way to help me and they get punished for that. That
Right.
just seems so silly. So yeah, even though like I save up money, I'm fairly frugal when I'm doing this, but I would 100% pay for a fine someone got for helping me.
I don't know. Maybe I've just seen signs. I think in the U.S. it's more like on the interstate
It's on the
highways.
interstate. At the top of the
You can't be-
interstate, yeah, they'll say no hitchhiking.
but
If you stand
101
before that
you're
sign,
fine.
it's fine, I think.
Right.
Once you
Okay.
go after that, you're not allowed to be a pedestrian at all. So that
Right.
hitchhiking falls hand in hand with that. I'm a pedestrian. That's hitchhiking, so it's illegal. And how long have you lived in Astoria?
Just about a year.
A year.
Not too long. Yeah.
Yeah, you move around a lot. You move around a lot.
Kinda. Yeah. Now, my kids are kind of tired of moving around though. So.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
My daughter kind of laid down the law. She doesn't want to move and have to make all new friends all over again.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be in this area
For a while.
till she's 8. So probably be here for the next 10 years or so.
Hello.
But we like it.
And how many
I have
kids?
a 12-year-old and a 12-year-old boy, 8-year-old girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And how's that going? How do you like raising kids?
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's definitely nice. Now that they're a little older, I don't know. It's just different challenges, right? So.
Yeah.
Now they're a little older and can, like, the older one can kind of babysit the younger one a little bit. And,
Yeah.
I don't have to know how to make some of their own food and snacks and stuff.
Constantly have
We
to
get a little
tend to
more
them.
time
Yeah.
away, but then now they started having like activities and
Yeah.
all other things to run them around town too.
Yeah.
I think that's up research, but there's actually an app on your phone where you can see what ships are in the harbor here,
Yeah.
where they're going. Parked next to that's a pilot boat, so they bring those pilots out to navigate them over the bar.
Okay.
This is actually was one of the most dangerous ports anywhere in the world.
For what reason?
Well, just that it's such a big river. When the tide and the river's going out and the waves are coming in, it can get really steep and choppy out there.
Yeah.
They built jetties here, but before the jetties, the sandbar used to switch around and stuff all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Especially like back in the old days, there's hundreds of shipwrecks out there.
Yeah. Do a lot of people dive around here with those shipwrecks?
I mean, they have in the past. Like
Yeah.
now, I mean, there's a really elite Coast Guard unit here too, so they definitely rescue people off boats.
Oh, I meant
fishing boats and
dive
stuff.
as in...
dive.
Yeah, sorry.
Just people die.
Yeah.
I was like,
Morbid
they
question.
have,
That's
yeah.
a bit of an obscure question. Recreationally.
To work on the boats,
Oh, yeah, that makes
ships and stuff.
Dude, that's one of like the most
Can't
dangerous
just
jobs.
Pull this out,
On the...
pull in, right?
Yep, and then
101
that
goes
way.
over there.
Yep. So that works out great. Sorry, made the car beep at you.
That's okay.
Well, I really appreciate the ride.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice talking to you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. And
Good luck. Yeah. How do I follow you on
actually,
the rest of your journey?
I keep forgetting to do this. I, for the first time in my life, feel like a professional hitchhiker.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I've got business cards.
Nice.
So that's the live stream, and if you want to contact me directly, and those are social media handles that I haven't started using. So,
Hey, Trevor, my name's James.
James.
Good to meet you again.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Lots of luck.
Yeah, I'll need it.
Okay.
Always do. And I'll just pop the trunk.
Oh yeah.
Stay. Alright, have a good one, man.
All right. You too.
See ya. Alright, another ride down. James. Cardio, cool. Yeah, yes, stay in touch. Hopefully he joins you guys in the stream and he can interact with you guys as well. I'm gonna take a quick break and eat my peaches that I had a guy gave me. Because I keep carrying it around and I'm like, it's kind of heavy, like cans of preserved fruit and stuff. So I'm gonna eat these peaches. I'm just gonna sit throw them in the garbage, and then walk to the south end of town and continue south. I'm in Oregon now, which is exciting. New state. You gotta go, Greg? Alright. Have a great day, man. Come back anytime. We can chat as I travel. Alright, now I got awkwardly limp with my bag to this ledge to sit and eat my peaches. Alright. Yeah, see you, man. Oh yeah, fuzzy thing is a shotgun mic, which is a directional mic, so it's supposed to only pick up sound from in front, with a dead cat on it because there's been quite a bit of wind, and I don't know if you've heard what wind sounds like on an unfiltered microphone, but it's really annoying. It's like in your ear, so that's to make it so you don't get the wind sound. I've tried to like wrap these things around it to like compress it a little bit more so it doesn't go into your field of view, but it's still there apparently. So again, I'm gonna try and fix that a bit more because it is annoying to have a little thing off to the side just being fuzzy out there. But yeah, that's to make the audio quality sound better. Yeah, because I think it's important to not have that wind noise in your ear as far as having an enjoyable watching experience for you guys. Alright. Hitchhike for a living? Now, say I hitchhike for a living, I'd have to actually make any money off of it, and I've never made any money off of hitchhiking, so I can't say I do it for a living. I work for a living, and then I quit my job and I hitchhike for fun, for leisure. And then I go home when the money runs dry, and then I work again and save up money, and I do it all over again. And that's what I've done for 4 years. Maybe if this becomes a thing, maybe I'll become like the first professional hitchhiker, who knows, but I'm not there yet. So yeah, we're gonna indulge in some sweet memory peaches. He says they're amazing. This guy I met in Washington 2 days ago. And I believe him, so I'll give my review on these peaches. And conveniently, it is like a pop top where I can just crank it off. I don't need a can opener because I don't have one, so that's convenient. But just, you know, I'm not littering. I don't litter. I find it disrespectful to go to some new country and just throw your crap all over the place, so I'm just setting it down. I'll be picking back up. So, cheers. Actually, I'm gonna get my spork out for this. Oh, I didn't know I put this in my bag. The guy who gave me these peaches, he took me shooting. It was the first time I ever shot a gun in my life. He took my the target we shot at, wrote a note on it, and slipped it into my bag when I wasn't watching. So, shoot for the stars, from Lars. I'm a God-fearing man. What an interesting guy. But yeah, this is the target we shot at. Hi. Lars was an awesome guy. We exchanged contact info, so hopefully I'll stay in contact with him. He also has my stream info, so maybe he'll show up in here at some point and you guys can talk to him, I can talk to him. It'd be fun. What I was actually looking for is this. This is a spork. So it's both a spoon, like this part is curved like a spoon, but it's also a fork. Wow. Wow. It's metal too, so it doesn't break as easy. I used to have a plastic one. I broke it because I break everything. But hopefully I don't break or lose this one. I know. I got my old spork from out there, the Light My Fire spork, and I broke it. This one's from Atmosphere, so I know it's a little bit of a betrayal, but it's metal, so hopefully it holds up a bit better. But cheers. These are pretty good. Now, yeah, I like that you guys get to share the experience of hitchhiking with me, or like, you know, get to see what that's like. But when I'm eating something, there's not much of a way I can share that much, and I'm not great at describing taste sensations. But it's not that complicated. It is just peaches in a mild syrup. So, but it tastes good. And sorry if you came here like wanting hitchhiking right now. I just do need to take some breaks, recharge, get some sustenance in me, and then I'll be back on the road. I'll probably have to walk a couple kilometers to get to a spot where I can reasonably hitchhike, but we'll see. So I don't know if I missed any shot when I was talking to him. But yeah, not from out there. More and more of my stuff is gonna be not from out there as time goes on, because you can't get any more stuff from out there because it doesn't exist anymore. Oh, sorry, someone asked how far are you going? I have no particular destination in mind. I'm going until the money runs out, or I get bored of, or like just not interested in streaming or just hitchhiking in general. So I'll be doing this for a while. I just don't know. I can't give you a date when I'd stop, and I can't give you a location where I'd stop at. So yeah, up in the air. Yeah, I kept forgetting to give people my card. Albeit the guy before that one was in his 70s. I don't think he would watch my Twitch stream. Why did I stop here? As in, why did I get out of the car here? Or why did I stop to sit down here? Why did I get out of the car here? Because he just dropped me off here. We were going in different directions when he pulled off and dropped me off. So it made sense to drop me off there. And why did I stop here to eat? Or just to sit? I stopped here to eat my peaches and prepare for the walk to the south end of town where I'll start hitchhiking again. Yeah, it's just a quick eating break, recharge break before I have to do my pilgrimage to get out of town. Because I can't hitchhike. For those of you that haven't hitchhiked, which I guess is probably most of you, it doesn't really work to hitchhike from within a city. Like if you just plop yourself downtown, you can't just throw your thumb and really expect to get very far. Like everyone, it's all local traffic. Everyone's just going around doing errands, commuting to or from work. It's not really the environment conducive to like hitch or to like find a person going a long distance. So what you do is you go to the edge of town, where people leaving past that point are actually going somewhere. So I have to get to the edge of town so I can find the traffic that's actually going somewhere. Which means I do a lot of walking when I'm hitchhiking, because I can't expect drivers to drop me off to the edge of town to go way out of their way to drop me off at perfect hitchhiking spots. Like a lot of my positioning is on my back. Like I have to get there. Yopel Fest, I'm in Astoria, Oregon right now. I just crossed from Washington State to Oregon. And then are your chances better like right before a highway starts? Yeah, so I tell people there's 3 things I look for in a hitchhiking spot. One is a long like range of sight so they can see me from far away, so they have more time to make that decision of whether they want to pick me up or not. 2 is a wide enough shoulder or just a place to pull over where they can get out of the lane of traffic and safely pick me up without like being in a lane of traffic. and 3 is a low speed limit, which coincides with being at the start of a highway, like before the speed limits really pick up. So at the edge of town where it's still city speed limits, but it's starting to straighten out as you would start to speed up. So maybe at the last lights at the end of a town, or yeah, something like that. Or if it's interstate, I'd hitchhike on the top of the on-ramp before they start going fast. But yeah, so on-ramps, if you're doing interstate hitchhiking, you have to be on on-ramps. If you're on the actual interstate, that's illegal, and the police will not like you, and you'll not like having to deal with the police. So top of the on-ramp on interstates. On state highways, it is legal to hitchhike wherever. It's more about your safety, their safety, and places where they would actually pull over for you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think I'll have a good time doing this. I've done a lot of hitchhiking, and I've always enjoyed the experience. I think it's a lot of fun. I hope one day more people do it. It really boosts your confidence in humanity, I guess. You know, it makes me think that people aren't as bad as people make other people out to be. You wish you could do something as adventurous? Well, you can. Like, of course, your first time hitchhiking, probably no matter who you are, it would be a scary thing, and for me, it absolutely was. I hitchhiked from Kelowna, BC to Vancouver Island to Victoria, and when that first car pulled over, geez, my heart was racing. Like, because you grow up being told to not do this. Like, this is not a good idea. You're going to pretty much get murdered or whatever. So when you first start hitchhiking, yeah, that's all in the back of your mind, or in the front, like forefront of your mind, because it's scary. But once you do something enough, you get used to it, and I've done it so much that I'm quite comfortable with the whole experience. So you could do it. And I've taken people who've never hitchhiked before on short little trips just so they get the experience of it. Because I think it's even if you don't do a long distance trip or something like that, I think it's worth having the experience to just go, a couple 100 kilometers or miles, do a day trip to see a friend in a different city. Catch a couple rides, meet a few different people. I think it's a unique experience, and it's something that not many people do anymore, which I think is a shame. So. This is a big can of peaches. I'm gonna try to get through it because I don't like wasting food. But I would like to get back out on the road so you guys can see some more exciting stuff than me just sitting here eating. I've been live for almost 6.5 hours today. That's really exciting because my first 2 days, we really had some connection issues. Rich. I wanted to show people the complete experience of hitchhiking. From morning to night, the whole process of sleeping in a tent to standing on the side of the road to finding a spot that's appropriate to hitchhike in, to the people you meet in the cars, your interactions with them. All of that, it's all part of this one experience, and I kind of want to show people that. But the previous 2 days, we just kept losing connection, which isn't a good viewing experience. And I think the sun's right behind me, which probably isn't best for viewing. Probably better if you guys are over here. Yeah, I think you guys can see me better there. Also, I've never done any videography, the cinematography, so I have zero like experience in framing a shot and like all that kind of stuff. So you'll have to forgive me if I do something that visually isn't the best when there's a better option there. I'll learn in time. But I do get a lot of interesting looks because I've got this tripod selfie stick with a big fuzzy microphone and a lens on it. It is quite the little contraption, and probably every day I'll show my little setup just because it's a yeah, you get weird looks. I really hope the rain holds off, because that's been the story so far of my trip, has been rain. Not constant rain. Like rain clear, rain clear, rain clear, rain clear. Yeah, and when it's raining, I have to like get all my electronics covered up and stuff, which hampers the audio and visual quality quite a bit. But water and electronics don't mix well, so I have to somehow protect them and cover everything up. It just, I have to sacrifice quality a little bit. Also, we're gonna start getting low on batteries coming up pretty soon, so if I don't find a place to overnight with power, and I think I've probably got one more full day in me after today, and then I'll be dead. In a battery sense, not a mortal sense. Because if I run out of battery packs, then I can't live stream. It's really hard on your phone battery. But yeah, it looks at this rate that I'm gonna have an 8+ hour stream of like solid hitchhiking. Like I turned it on when I was taking down my tent in the pouring rain, and I think it'd be cool if I kept this on live until like my end of the day when I'm looking for a place to camp again for tonight. Like that's a whole day. That's my whole day live streamed. I've never done that, so we'll see. It's only 3:30. I've still got almost 5 hours of daylight. So we're just over halfway there. And I apologize. I am historically a slow eater, which, I don't know, on the back. I thoroughly chew my food. Oh, sorry. Missed that message off initially. When I first started doing this, I started hitchhiking when I was 19. I'm 23 now, so I did it. I've been doing it 4 years. I first started doing it because I hated taking the Greyhound bus, which I took quite frequently from where I was going to college in Kelowna to where my friend's family and girlfriend at the time were on the west coast in Vancouver, Victoria, and where I'm originally from, Comox. The bus would take over 6 hours to get from Kelowna to Vancouver. Then I'd have to transit to the ferry, which is an hour and a half, probably an hour and a half. Then you take the ferry, which is an hour 45. And then if you're going to Victoria, then you transit for another like 45 minutes or something like that to get downtown. Another X amount of time to get to your friend's place. The first time I ever hitchhiked, I stood at the western edge of Kelowna with a sign that said Vancouver. I got picked up in about 20 minutes, and it turns out this guy was going to Victoria. So he drove me right from Kelowna to Vancouver, onto the ferry to Victoria, and then he just drove me to my friend's front door in Victoria. So instead of being like a 12-hour affair, maybe not quite that much, but close to it, like we did it pretty quick. Like a 3.5-hour drive compared to a 6-hour bus to Vancouver, right to the ferry, right onto the ferry, right to my friend's front door. And since then, it's been pretty much how I get everywhere. So I started off with a great experience, and it escalated from there. And it escalated quickly. Like within a couple months, I quit school. I started hitchhiking east across Canada, just without a destination. Made it all the way to St. John's, Newfoundland, which is as far east as you can get in North America, let alone Canada. Cape Spear is the furthest east point in all of North America. Made it there. I felt quite accomplished doing that. Like I felt happy with myself for making it across Canada. I hitchhiked back, and then I decided to take it further. So the following spring, I booked a flight from St. John's, Newfoundland to Dublin, Ireland. So I was going to hitchhike across Canada again, fly to Ireland, so Western Europe, and then travel around Europe for a while. But once I had that flight booked, I decided to see how far I could take it. And I booked a flight home from Tokyo, Japan 6 months later, and decided I was going to hitchhike from Dublin to Tokyo, Japan, except for oceans. It's hard to hitchhike across bodies of water. So that was 2015, and I hitchhiked across Canada, around Europe for 4 months, crossed from Latvia into Russia, hitchhiked across Russia from the Latvian-Russian border to Vladivostok on the east coast, flew down to southern Japan, Fukuoka, and hitchhiked to Tokyo, and I flew home. And that's kind of how that escalated. So it was a pretty quick escalation from 2014, doing it my first time, that fall hitchhiking across Canada, the following spring hitchhiking around the world, and then I've done little trips here and there. Last February, I hitchhiked from Calgary, Alberta to Inuvik, Northwest Territories in the winter, because I don't know if Devontae is still there. We worked at the same store selling outdoor gear, but Mountain Hardware gave me a -40 sleeping bag and a 4-season tent so I could safely survive in the Canadian Arctic in winter. So I hitchhiked all the way up to the Canadian Arctic, did some ice road hitchhiking, which was a unique experience. Like I've said, yeah, you're still here, Devontae. Awesome. Like I've said before in the stream, I'm not sure if you're all here. I like the cold because you can fight the cold. You can combat it if you're prepared for it. If you have the layers and all that. If you get a little too hot because you're like walking and it's cold outside, but you've got a bunch of layers on, you can shed a layer and you don't have to sweat ever or anything like that. Big old puff. Oh, you're talking about the Fire Bee. Yeah, I still have my Fire Bee, my $1,200 Arc'teryx parka for my Arctic trip. Still have her. That thing gets pulled out so rarely because it's so goddamn warm. Yeah, so if you guys Google Arc'teryx Fire Bee AR, you'll see the jacket I wore up to the Arctic. It's very warm, but because I sold this stuff, I could get it for really cheap, so don't let the sticker price scare you. I didn't pay that. No, I would never. This is a spring and summer trip in the United States of America. This is not an Arctic trip. There's no way I'm carrying a Firebee with me. Like, I spent this past winter in Kelowna. I didn't use it myself once. I let my girlfriend wear it a couple times because she was perpetually cold. But I never touched the thing. It's way too warm. I run warm on average anyway. Like, I sleep hot. I generally stay pretty warm as long as I keep myself decently fed. If I really deprive myself of food, then I start to get cold, but generally I run warm. And I don't like being warm because you sweat, and when you sweat and you don't get the shower every day, you start to stink, and when you stink, I don't know, it's just not desirable. When I'm done doing this, I should do a trip out to Calgary and come meet up with you for a bit, Devontae. Relive our glory days back in Calgary. You typically pick up hitchhikers. Not too common in LA, where I'm originally from. It's only been a handful. Well, I'll probably be going through there. You said originally from, so that means you're probably not there now. But yeah, like, I'm sure all those people really appreciated it. And there's not that many people that will pick up. They'll typically pick up hitchhikers, so my hat's off to you. This guy's practically the side of this freeway. Sorry, my freeway. He tried to impose Jesus on you. Only time, yeah. I've had the reverse of that as a hitchhiker. Like, last time I was hitchhiking through the US, which is the Northeast, so New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts, like, I had a few people that kind of brought up religion and are you religious? And if not, should I? And I had like one 70-year-old lady, just like your stereotypical grandmother, pick me up and preach the whole time about Jesus and religion, and was constantly telling me I should pick up a copy of the New Testament. I'm like, I'll look into it, thank you. But I can totally, yeah. Especially if you're a hitchhiker, you shouldn't try to like people are doing you favors and then you're just trying to like impose your beliefs on them. I can kind of see it the other way, like you're doing me a favor, so like I might give you the time of day to like pitch your religion or your political ideology to me. There's a 99% chance that won't change the way I think at all. But like I'll let you talk it out. But I do have, for this trip, like part of me is like, it is being it's live and there's people watching, and if someone has some really like out there ideas or ideals about things, I don't know if I want to give them a platform to speak on that. If it was just me, I'd hear them out and be like, neat, cool. But I don't know if I want to give them a public platform to do that. Also, if someone's really out there, I don't know if that's a terms of service violation, like extremely racist and slurs and all that jazz, or the equivalent of that on a different topic. And I'm sure I'm going to have to approach that at some point, but I'm just going to take it as it comes and deal with it. That's cool that you're Z Kuma, that you found your way into my live stream here, and you've picked up some people, or you usually would. I think you're the first person in here that's really picked people up. Yeah, reminds me of the episode Community. I've only watched a couple episodes. I've heard it's an amazing show, and I'll have to check it out at some point. Yeah, but this is on a public platform. Like, there's free speech. You can't be prosecuted for your speech, but this is it's being broadcast on a platform, which is a company, which has advertisers, has all these things, and they don't want that on their channel. And there's what I'm saying is, there's a good chance I get banned if I was just openly letting people say racist or whatever things on the channel. I can't have that. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't read the whole message before I start saying that. So, yeah, free speech, they can think and say whatever they want, and we don't have to agree with them. But yeah, terms of service is a whole nother story. And that might be difficult with this channel in general. Yeah, because there's some situations where hitchhiking is kind of a gray area. It's definitely legal on interstates. You can gray area hitchhike at the top of the interstates. It's legal on state highways. It's illegal in certain states, which I've linked below in my frequently asked questions. So I'm avoiding the places where it's illegal because I'm trying to do this by the book and follow the rule of the law for this, because I am on a platform where they will ban you for doing anything illegal. Yeah, TOS mumbo jumbo. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much. Yeah, I can't say the N-word. That's 100% true. It's funny because they only lose that rule. Yeah. Honestly, I don't have a good formed opinion on all this stuff. I am brand new to kind of the whole Twitch world. I've watched Twitch on and off for a few years. I don't play many video games anymore. I used to all the time in high school and middle school and elementary school. And then, yeah. But yeah, I'd watch video game streams as a way to relax at the end of the day. I always found watching people play video games relaxing. So I watched several different games, and I always found it relaxing to me. But once IRL started becoming a more popular thing and it became more accessible, I was already hitchhiking at that time, and I saw it as an opportunity to kind of show off what my passion is live to an audience. Yeah. I had a question about how come hitchhiking, where I start from, where's the destination. Yeah, so I'm hitchhiking around America because I've hitchhiked extensively for the past 4 years, and I've kind of come to love the experience of it. And I think hitchhiking in general has a very negative association. People just think it's a very dangerous thing, or what you hear from your parents and the news is that hitchhiking is pretty much a death sentence, and you should never do it because you're just asking for something to happen. Where from my experience in doing it in 25 countries, being picked up 700 times, it's a very different story. And I want to show that to anyone that's interested. And I think it's interesting to do it on a live platform because you get to see what hitchhiking is like as it happens. I started this stream when I was taking down my tent this morning in Washington in the pouring rain, and I'm trying to see if I can go right to tonight until I'm finding a place to camp tonight. I want to show people what the experience is like. I started, I'm from British Columbia, Canada. I took the ferry from Victoria to Port Angeles 3 days ago, and I just started hitchhiking south from Port Angeles on the Highway 101 south. As far as destination, I don't have one. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm just gonna start hitchhiking down. The 101 ends at some point, or just sometime in California. I'll probably start heading east, going to Texas or something. And just keep going from there. Don't have a specific destination. It's the journey I'm here for, and it's showing people what hitchhiking is like is also what I'm here for. So I enjoy this. I don't have to have a destination, which is one of the nice things, or the things I really like about hitchhiking, is rather than just getting from point A to point B, like just getting there, and it's like a chore to get from point A to point B. It turns getting there into its own adventure where you're not sure what's going to happen, who you're gonna meet, how long it's gonna take to get there, the kind of experiences you'll have. Like if you take a plane, you're gonna fly for an hour and a half if you're just going a few hundred miles, and you land and you're there. If you hitchhike there, well, it's probably if it's an hour and a half flight, it's probably like a 5-hour drive or something, and you're probably gonna have a few rides along the way, and you're gonna have some stories to tell from it. If you're taking the 101 all the way down, you're gonna have a tough time going east. Probably we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not sure. I haven't hitchhiked around in California, so we'll see. Like when I'm in a city, like if I get dropped off in the outskirts of LA, I'm not gonna hitchhike into LA. Most likely, I'll probably take a city bus or whatever. I don't exclusive everything intra-city. I'll hitchhike. If it's a small town, I'll walk rather than take a transit. But like if I have to get to the edge of a city to hitchhike out, I'll take a city bus. I'll take whatever mass transit they have, rather than walking 30 kilometers to get to a good spot. Because as I've said before, like I subscribe to the location kind of way of hitchhiking. Like I get myself to a good location and I stay there. And for me, a good location is getting out of a city. It'd most likely be an on-ramp to a highway if I'm trying to go east, at the eastern edge of town, where chances are the traffic going on that on-ramp are going a distance, like somewhere significant. So that would kind of be my strategy if I get to a place that would seem difficult to go east on. Also, there's a whole hitchhiking Wikipedia, hitchwiki.org, which is great for getting out of cities, because cities are the hardest part about hitchhiking, because you can't just throw out your thumb in downtown Los Angeles and expect to catch a ride anywhere. It's all local traffic, it's all commuters, it just won't work. So you have to actually think about where you're going. Oh, it's Arizona, Nevada, Utah. Okay. Yeah, I know it's illegal in Arizona. Arizona, is it? Oh, I thought it was illegal in Arizona. I don't know. That's not first-hand information. I stole that from like if you Google hitchhiking legality, like America or USA, there's people that have done their own research, and I just like copied that essentially. So I have to go. I know it's like a few countries in the Midwest, I guess you call it, like north and then down a bit. So kind of like if I want to go east, I have to go down and around. I can't go straight across, which kind of sucks. Like if I go down around like east in like Texas and like go to I don't know, then up the eastern seaboard, and then when I come back across the U.S., I can't go straight across west through the northern U.S. because there's a few states where it's straight up illegal. And historically, like, the police aren't going to do much about it there, so you can get by. But if I'm live streaming it, I'm not going to be breaking laws on a live platform. That just isn't smart. I'm almost done here. Now I'll be walking. How long on average do random people allow you on the ride? Well, like, you're talking about how long do people take me before they drop me off? They take me as far as it helps me and doesn't hinder them. So like here, this guy was going further to my right, this way, and I'm going this way. So he dropped me off as soon as he turned this way, because if he keeps going this way, that hinders me while helping him, but he's not going to drive that way because that's going out of his way, and I can't expect him to do that. So people will take me until either I've never been kicked out of a car. Like, people are never like, no, I'm done with you, get out. You could do that. The ride ends whenever they tell me it ends. It also ends whenever I tell them that it ends. So if I ever don't get a good vibe from someone, I haven't had to do this, but like, it's within my rights to tell them to pull over and let me out. West LA and beach cities, but don't get dropped off at the end of 101. That's right in the middle of East LA, super ghetto, maybe multiple drive-by. Okay. No, that's actually really good info to have. Because again, I know there's certain places in the US where you really wouldn't want to get dropped off as a clueless tourist. Oh. Okay, I just lost connection a little bit for that. Like, if there's let me know stuff like you just told me, that's useful to know. I know there's some places I shouldn't go. I just don't know them off the top of my head and without doing my own research. So that's useful. Thanks for the info. Connection issues, or at least it's telling me it is. Not sure if it actually is. This is my it's called a jetpack, and it's a Verizon Unlimited plan. I should have I've got 4 bars of 4G LTE. Shouldn't be having connection issues. Who knows? Thanks for the advice, Zikuma. I'll probably heed to that. Because, yeah, when I say I'm just going to hitchhike down the 101, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just keep going until it ends. But that's with zero actual knowledge behind it. I just know it goes down the west coast, and that's the extent of my knowledge. There was some minor interference, all good. Yeah, when I lose signal a bit, it gives me a poor connection, a little warning at the top of my screen. And then I don't get to see what you guys see, I just see pretty much a preview. It doesn't show me if things start to lag or anything like that. So if things do get poor visually or audio-wise, it helps me to know just the kind of situations where things start to crap out. Because I can't see that. Downtown LA is cool, ghetto, but not run down. Just run up on someone who doesn't. East LA, oh yeah. Yeah, I ideally wouldn't get run up on by someone, and I really don't look like I belong. So yeah, I'll probably follow your. Oh, so you're saying trying to hitchhike east out of LA, which is where I would usually try to. It is rough, so in a case like that, I might try to take a different route. Maybe I can get south out of LA, and then maybe there's a highway that branches off east, or I could not go that far south and head east before that. I guess there's a couple different approaches I could take at that point, but I do appreciate the actual personal insight, because you're going to know a lot better than I would. While you love living in Wales, practically safe behind. Yeah. I got that feeling from when I was in Wales too. I never felt in danger of anything in Wales. Yeah. So yeah, I think like hitchhiking around the U.S. like there's really some certain areas where you don't want to be, and I just don't know those areas because I'm not from here. U.S. is one of those places where I probably should know that information. Most of the places I've hitchhiked in, you can get dropped off anywhere and you'll be okay. You might just be out of your way a bit. You'll have to walk out or bus out or something. But like danger from other people, not really there. From what I've heard in the U.S., there's a few places where, yeah, if you're an outsider, it's not a good idea to be there. I have been to Wales. I was in there in 2015, summer of 2015. I flew from eastern Canada to Dublin, and then I took a ferry from, was it Rossler, Ireland, to, oh crap, I forget the town that the ferry lands in Wales. Hitchhiked through Wales, up through western England, to Scotland, up to northern Scotland, to the Orkney Islands, took a ferry up to the Shetland Islands, hitchhiked around there a bit, and then I flew to Norway and did a bunch of contiguous Europe from there. I swear I'm almost done. I keep getting distracted talking, which I really enjoy. I'm just trying to also eat my peaches. Run. I'll stop by here and there. I'm going to show you. Oh, hey, I appreciate that. And thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you back here, because it's been nice talking to you, man. Come by anytime. Fish guard? I think that's it. Yeah. That sounds right. I do apologize. I'm just really bad with names of places. I'll forget. Even when I'm there sometimes. I know it, but it just slips my mind. And names of people too. Like with hitchhiking, someone will tell me the name, and it's in one ear, out the other. Like, I hear it, but I don't process it. Okay, you said Fish Garden, I'm like, that sounds right, but Pembroke sounds more right. So I'm not a very reliable author at this point. I'd have to like look up my old ride logs or something like that, and I think I'd be able to tell you at that point, because I did keep track on that trip of where people picked me up and dropped me off. So with that, I could kind of reconcile where I got dropped off. So I can find out that information. I just don't have it directly in my mind right now. You struggle to remember your family's names. Me too. I got 2 split families. So once we get into like the step siblings, like extended family, there's no chance. I don't even try. I've given up long ago. If Greg and Alyssa are watching, sorry, I don't know your family. I just know my own. Greg and Alyssa are my stepbrother and sister, and they both watch this channel today, so I'm not sure I think they're both gone now, but they were watching earlier. I think that's what happened. I got into Pembroke and hitchhiked north, went through Fishguard, and then like around, like kind of like have to cut east a bit to the northern part, and then start going north up the M6 to Scotland. I think it's M6. I could be wrong. I got in trouble on that highway. I got dropped off right on the M6 because of a miscommunication, because I got picked up by these guys that only spoke Spanish. I told them I was trying to get north, and they're like, yeah. And I get in, and then at the next exit, at an exchange, they take the exit to go straight east across England to the east coast. And I'm like, no, this isn't what I signed up for. So I just like got out, walked back up to the M6 north, and as I'm walking back out onto the highway, I walk over top of this, like, it's like an electronic notification system that spans the length of the width of the highway, and it's it's off. There's nothing on it. As I'm walking up towards it, it suddenly flashes on, and it's like, caution, pedestrians on motorway, and flashes a new speed limit. And I'm like, crap, they found me. My time here is limited. And yeah, sure enough, within like 10 minutes, an unmarked police car pulled over. Initially, I thought I was being saved by a person, but I like run up to the car. Police rolls down his window. He's like, "Get in." And I try to get in the passenger side, and he's like, "Nope, in the back." So yeah, he says something about like I was in trouble. I'm like, yeah, language barrier, miscommunication is just, I didn't mean to get dropped off here, it's just what happened. And he's like, okay, well, this is your first and final warning. If I catch you on the motorway again, you will be prosecuted. And I don't know why I'm saying it that way. I'm saying it like I don't know, a stern American would say it in my mind. I just can't do an English accent, so I'm not going to try, because I'll just insult you. You're not from England, you're from Wales, so I know it's different, but I'll insult, if someone here is from England, I might insult them. But yeah, he said if I get caught on the motorway again, we'll be prosecuted. I don't know what that means. I would have thought a ticket would do for illegal hitchhiking. Prosecuted sounds like court and all that, but what do I know? Maybe they use prosecuted differently there. Honestly, I don't remember. But I'm not that good at picking up accent. Like, I know, I would be like, you have an accent. You're probably from somewhere in the UK. And like, there's very distinctive differences, I'm guessing. But like, I just don't know them that well. Anyway, I'm going to put my spork away, find a garbage can for this, and then start walking that way to get back to the highway. Yeah. Actually, maybe I'll look up on my secondary phone, Google Maps, just to make sure I don't know, see how far I have to walk. Also, like, I don't follow food safe standards when I'm hitchhiking. I don't get to clean everything. Like, I lick things clean and put them away. It's if you're a germaphobe, hitchhiking is not for you. You have to be okay with getting a little dirty. I think it's good for you. It keeps my immune system strong because I test it all the time. I should get some water too. Maybe that espresso place will give me water. I might ask. It really depends on where you are. Some people, like, if you're like, hi, can you just fill this up with tap water? Some people are like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Other places are like, not unless you buy something, you can't. That seemed more common in Europe. They seem to hold on to their water more closely. Yeah.